There you go.
Hey guys, this is Steve with Orlando Collector Deviants. We are on tonight with the dubious duo from It's All Geek To Me, starring Sandra. I'm on summer vacation, y'all, Thresher.
Yep.
And Michael, how the hell did they find a pic of me smiling? Class?
It's Johnson.
Johnson?
It's yes, he uses both.
Okay, well, I found him under Class, so.
That is his pseudonym.
And then Trish is behind the cameras, and I hate DoorDash. Oh, man, I didn't update that one.
I still hate DoorDash.
Okay, she still hates DoorDash this week, so there we go. I know I updated it. I just must not hit save.
What'd you call me then?
Bite Squad.
Oh, you guys didn't hear. The last time we had DoorDash, it took an hour past when it was supposed to be delivered, and then it was all the wrong food.
Ugh.
And then all they wanted to do was give us a $3 credit.
Oh no!
Did at least did that food you get cost more at least than the stuff you wanted?
No.
Well, screw them then.
Exactly. But Trish yelled at him and all that, and we ended up getting $15 back. So.
Oh wow, big spenders.
Yeah.
Well, now Guy Fieri has a new restaurant concept in the area.
Really?
It's basically a restaurant that has all delivery.
So there's like a ghost kitchen.
Yeah. It's the same shitty food he has in all of the shitty restaurants. So, yeah.
Oh jeez.
Wow.
How do you really feel, Mike?
Well, I know there's a YouTuber that has a ghost kitchen.
Yeah, but I can't remember what his name was.
I don't know.
Kelsey finds all of those.
Yeah, the Monster Burger or something.
Yeah, there you go.
The Monster Burger.
I was thinking of the pizza one that's over on Mills 50 too.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
$3.
We already got Scott Finster saying, "Hey, O.C.D. family." Hey, Scott. Scott is family. You guys know Scott. He was over in the corner of Olo. He is a wonderful man. He also runs Monster Manor on Saturday nights every 2 weeks. See, she knows that, but she doesn't know that, like, we're on weekly, you know.
I know that you're on weekly. Mike doesn't know.
I thought it was bi-monthly.
Oh, jeez.
No, that's bipolar.
That's me, too.
That's me, too.
I've got the meds in the living room.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, but
anxiety, not depression.
Oh, okay.
But before we get too far up into the show tonight, I do want to take a minute. Now this week, I mean, I've been looking on Facebook, and there has been a lot of deaths lately this week. We actually had one that affected our family back in Colorado this week. I've noticed a lot of our friends had people die. But I want to talk about one that affects our community, and that's Rick Dunn. He was a big part of our community. He was at almost all the events, hanging with Graven. They were like best friends. Me and Rick weren't like the best of friends, but we got along. We had some good times, and whenever we were together, we caused problems for a lot of people. I remember back at the Pride event that Big J put on, me and him went into the dance that night, and we caused all kinds of problems. But we had a great time, and he is going to be sorely missed. He took way too soon for everybody, and I just wanted to take this time to put it out and say, my prayers are out for his family and friends, especially Graven. Him and Graven, you never saw Graven without him, pretty much. So I know this is very hard for Graven, Raven Wolf. But I'm gonna leave you all with how Rick always left us. I'm gonna do a picture. That was his signature move. That's how he said hello and goodbye to everybody. If you don't believe me, here's another picture. That was his trademark, and no better way to say goodbye than to actually, I'm going to flip him off.
One last time.
One last time.
He's going to be missed in the community because, and like you said, he was one of Graven's very good friends, and anybody that knows Graven knows that he hangs around, top class people, like ourselves. I mean that tongue in cheek. But he was a very talented artist. He was also a Full Sail alumni, like Mike is. And he's going to be missed. He was taken way too soon.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna miss, because, like I said, whenever me and him were left together, we made shenanigans on everybody. So, Rick, that's for you, man. So let's get on to happier things. Let's look at, we got Boris. Hi, anyone got a super rare autographed picture of John Agar Jr. that Boris can borrow? I don't know, Boris. Last week on your show, I really loved how you contacted John Agar Jr., with the seance of his picture.
Oh, okay.
and they're back there. Who the hell is John Agar Jr.? Okay. And Scott says we got a special edition episode this week with Mitch Danton, Julie Adams' son, which is cool. We got Shrima, who is our daughter, who's at work, saying hello.
Working hard there.
Well, she works at Winn-Dixie, so.
Yeah.
That was Michael's.
Well, she used to work at both, and then she quit Michael's. She was at Michael's for about, 5 years?
5 or 6 years.
5 years, and she never got anywhere in that place. So she just went full-time over at Winn-Dixie. And then Scott Pfister saying sorry for our loss. Thank you, Scott. Kelsey says her last day was on her 5-year anniversary.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no, she needed to get out of there. I mean, that manager hated her from the get-go because he never hired her. Somebody else did. And no matter what he would do to her, she'd never quit.
Good for her.
He had short man syndrome.
Oh.
Little man syndrome?
Little man syndrome. I was taller than him.
Really?
He's taller than me.
He's not that tall.
Some babies are taller than I am.
Okay, so let's talk about you two.
So, what do you want to know?
I want to know how you know about Merkins.
I want to say that it was actually my best. You want to talk about people that could get into trouble? My best friend and I, Kimmy, and I can get into a lot of trouble. And she also has vast random knowledge. And I believe she taught me what it was because she used the word. And I'm like, what is that? And I think it was many years ago. But it's one of those things that's stuck in my head.
That's not where it gets supposed to get stuck.
I know. It doesn't.
I'm still not sure what it is. So
I'll explain later.
It's a toupee for
diagram.
It is a toupee for a woman's nether regions.
Nether regions. That's a great way to put it.
Well, in the 70s, they just grew their own.
But we're talking like Victorian era, I think. Like
I believe they grew a forest.
Oh,
there you go. I put up the definition.
Okay, so a merkin is a pubic wig, especially for women. It is placed over genitals to stimulate pubic hair and to keep the private body parts for full exposure.
Steve, that was simulate, not stimulate.
No, it needs to stimulate.
Clearly says simulate. It's a little Freudian there.
And that's the teacher in her who has to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I listen carefully for fluency.
Okay. Well, do you need to be drinking more?
No, I do not.
Uh-huh. Because
we were both kind of teetotalers.
Not really. But I had
well, you
I
can
came
drink
down
more
with-
tea, Long Island iced teas, Texas iced teas.
I did all my heavy drinking in my 14-year-old stage.
And Mike's really funny when he does drink. He's only drunk for like 15 minutes.
I'm personable.
Do you smile?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
I'm on a mission now.
Oh,
I want to see that 15 minutes.
That's what Sandra says too.
Oh, jeez.
It's more like 5. Don't give me enough credit.
Oh, gosh.
Lachey Martinez says hello. Hello, Lachey.
Hi, Lachey.
You hiring at your school?
No. Oh, gosh. Don't say that.
What? I might want a job.
And Scott says he was 44 years old when he found out that merkins were a thing.
Okay. So I'm ahead of the curve.
That's my age now, so I'm
So you're learning too. So, and then Boris says Muffley Merkin was also president in Doctor Strangelove.
never seen it.
No. Not exactly the avenue I expected us to go down.
Maybe we'll do a paper piece of Merkins.
Oh, yeah, I guess we could. I'm sure there's some sort of.
And Lachey says she's looking for a school.
We'll chat, Lachey.
What's the unicorn of the sea? I forget what they're called.
I'm trying to figure.
Oh, a narwhal with a Merkin beard. That'd be funny.
Narwhal with a Merkin beard.
I feel like that's the name of my new punk band.
I could see that. Hit song would be Stimulation.
See? Stimulation, not simulation.
Simulation. How one letter changes it all.
That's what she said.
That's like the Oxford comma. All right,
See, I forget I'm on with the teacher tonight, so she's going to make fun of everything I say.
Mm-hmm.
But
If you had any idea how much wrong stuff I say during the day,
and how much I correct.
yeah, and how much Mike corrects me,
well, that's good. Somebody needs to correct the teacher.
well, yeah. It's bad when you get the kids correcting you, too. And I'm like, yeah, I just did that to see if you were paying attention. Aha.
Oh, see, that was Kelsey in the school, always correcting the teacher. And we told her, quit doing that. Doesn't matter if the teacher is right or wrong. Just shut the hell up. Because while they're teaching you, they're always right.
No.
Oh, yes.
Not in the least.
In high school, yeah, they're always right. Because if not, you get a bad grade.
Oh, yeah. In high school, it is a little different. But I'm trying to get kids to think for themselves, so I don't mind when they question me. As long as it's done respectfully.
To teach them how to turn off their devices.
No. They know how to.
They just refuse to.
In my school, it's not an issue. But it's fun when you get kids that, I mean, because obviously we just went through a really rough school year. And I was teaching hybrid, which means that I was teaching a class that was live. I had about 15 kids that were in my classroom. And then on any given time, I had about 20 that were virtual that I was teaching at the same time. And it was really hard to do. But one thing that I found that was really fascinating is like all these kids know all these shortcuts through Minecraft and all the other Among Us and all those other games, but they didn't know how to submit an assignment through Google Classroom, which was a little unfortunate.
Couple of them didn't their asses either.
My son was the same way. Oh, I forgot to turn it in, or I never turned it in. I'm like, all you have to do is hit enter. How hard is it to freaking hit enter? I mean, just hit one button. I said, you can't even use the excuse it was in the bottom of my backpack. I forgot this. I said, all you got to do is hit enter. I'm like,
it was just paper.
Exactly. Back in my day, you had to have paper. You had to make sure it made it there. And God forbid if it rained and your paper got freaking wet, you know.
I mean, I told my teacher one time my dog pissed on it.
Did they smell it?
She didn't believe it, but then I brought it in and it was true. So that was her bad.
I was wondering if you just peed on it.
He probably did. He had his brother do it.
Not that I'm below it. I don't have a brother, so don't.
But your sister would definitely have peed on it.
She'd have to get rid of the merkin.
You're talking about your sister. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of merkins, Boris says that there was merkins in the old country. Old ladies would make them out of old turnip sacks. Looked good, but smelled like the farmer's market in summer.
That sounds like it would
That
change.
doesn't sound bad to me.
Right?
Farmer's market in summer. Zucchini in bloom.
And Lachey says, yes, my favorite is after 3 months, they still don't know how. How to wipe their butt? Or
Little merkins.
Submit stuff in Google Classroom.
Oh, I don't know. We were talking about a lot of different things there.
There were many avenues that we went down right there. Yeah.
I wonder if they ever shaved dog hair or use them as merkins. Boris, can you find that out for us, please? We wish to know.
Oh,
Dog hair merkins.
he
You
gonna,
just opened up a can of worms.
you know they actually use beaver pelt.
What about porcupine quills?
That's for virgins.
Mm.
Be careful there, Sparky.
I got an itch.
He had to look to see if she was wearing one.
It's like, where's that hand going?
To my nothing.
Okay, now we are a rated R show. X goes a little too far because we haven't hit the 9 o'clock yet. Once we hit 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, then all no holds barred.
I just put on the Jason hockey mask and just have a party.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, here you go. Here's you some. William Shatner wore a merkin for years. Have you seen T.J. Hooker?
But was it dog hair? That's the question.
I tell you, merkins were made out of beaver pelt.
All right, now I gotta go look.
Now she's gonna go look to see what they were made out of.
Afghan hair. What's a dog that has like hair looks like a mop?
They have directions on how to apply a merkin.
Did you hear that?
Well, I would assume they would.
E6000?
Gorilla glue?
Oh,
Some kind of glue.
that's for the 50 Shades of Grey crowd.
Wow.
No, that one lady learned that she can't use that Gorilla Glue as hair glue.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking about. Okay, so Boris says, well, there were dog hair merkins. However, in many underdeveloped countries, there were small dog shortages as animal laws prohibited killing a dog, so you had to strap them against your waist.
So
you have a
That certainly paints a picture.
So they were made from horses, goats, and dead people.
There you go.
Dead people. Interesting.
Dead
We're
people.
coming to hold one of those.
They weren't using it anymore, so hey. And they say when you die, you have like what, 2 more inches of hair come out?
But was it the hair or was it the skin?
Oh. No.
You keep on encouraging this rabbit hole.
No, it was a beaver hole.
Wouldn't that be a den?
If it's wide enough.
Hey, honey, I see dead people.
These are definitely first world inventions. Hey, well, that's England for you, because you know that's what it was, because they were probably powdered too.
Probably.
Okay, so let's see. Boris says Dead people? That's great. Honey, get the holy water. I bought a haunted merkin.
Maybe Zach Baggins has one. Good on a museum tour.
Get it possessed.
Oh, would that be a
Hun.
three-way?
Honey, you seem like a different person tonight. On that note, okay, so what is it you guys do besides talking about merkins?
Well, yeah, Mike doesn't do a whole lot other than that.
Yeah.
He's actually the foremost research expert in Florida on merkins. Little known fact.
And skunk ape,
And skunk ape, yes. Okay, so
of which they harvest him 4 merkins.
oh, jeez. So Mike is actually a writer, by trade. Yeah, he's pretty good with the wordsmithing.
My new book, Merkins for Dummies, come out in the summer, later in August.
Get it at your local Amazon store. Yeah, I was going to say Borders, but they're not around anymore.
Maybe that's why.
That's probably why. Too many Merkin books. I'm a teacher by trade, by the way.
Oh, we can tell.
Oh, yeah. Specifically science for the most part, but that's going to be changing probably next year. And so in our free time, we started out doing layered paper art, which is just taking an image that we find and then separating the colors and cutting each individual color and layering it back together to make a piece of art. That is what we originally started doing. When I don't know, it was like we had been dating for about a year. And yeah, oh yeah.
I'm just showing everybody kind of an example.
The Be Evil today. If you were able to look at it up close or actually feel it, you could feel that there's layers of paper there.
About 200 of them.
About 200?
Yeah, about 200
pieces of paper, not layers of paper, because that would be like a phone book, like the Ocoee phone book. But anyways.
I don't think Ocoee has that many people.
I think they do. Probably have more than that.
I don't think they say they're from Ocoee though.
Well, yeah, they're probably from Winter Garden.
See?
Or Windermere.
The villages.
No, the villages.
Here we go with the villages.
Mercs and pineapples.
Yep.
Directions, locations, and names I suck at. What was I calling Steve for the longest time?
I don't remember.
I don't know either.
But it was really
Clyde or something.
Was it Craig?
Probably that asshole.
I do that all the time.
Oh.
But back to what we do.
And she's like, oh God, yeah, he
There's
was
one back.
an asshole.
So now, in addition to doing the layered paper art, which I kind of taught Mike how to do the basics, and then he took it and he ran to the deep, dark reaches of where nobody has ever thought to go, ever. He does the stuff that he does with the tiniest little pieces of paper that are smaller than a grain of rice. The detail that he puts into the pieces are crazy. So I don't do the paper art anymore because I feel, what's the word?
Inadequate?
Inadequate. Yes, that's the word. Inadequate. So
I've offered, like, I would get the pieces assembled to do, say, comic book cover of The Killing Joke, and she would just look at it and go, fuck off.
the last time that there was Free Play Florida in 2019, we had this shadow box that was Donkey Kong that he was like, we've got to get this done. Okay. He was there at the show all day Saturday. We split up that day. I went to another show. I came home earlier. He's like, you got to get the Donkey Kong box done. I was calling him everything but a child of God because it was just so many little pieces. And I was just like, I love the detail, but this is horrible.
Well, Mario on that piece is about 8 pieces of paper. But he's about this big.
He's like, yeah,
Yeah, he's like that big.
this big. Like
Wow.
the size of a quarter. Smaller than a quarter, probably.
Yeah, I've stopped using tweezers to pick up paper. Now I use toothpicks.
Because
Because
that's small.
they're so small, the friction from the toothpick will lift it up.
So, since I outgrew that,
That's why I need to wear those glasses now.
yeah. So Mike does all the paper art now, and I've started making earrings and frames and stuff out of recycled books and comic books, because being a teacher, I have a lot of books that get damaged, and I just want to put them to good use. And recently, I started making bracelets as well with paper beads. We just don't have very many of them yet, but we're trying to do stuff that our goal has always been to have things that fans can purchase that are affordable. And with pop culture and geeky stuff that fans seem to like. But we started doing this originally because we would always go to cons, and all of the art is absolutely amazing, and it can be very overwhelming sometimes as well. But when you get past that, sometimes it's also really expensive. And all of the pieces that we do are custom. They're very rarely, there's never going to be anything they're all one of a kind. So that's why we try to do this. We're fans, and we wanted to bring something to other fans as well.
Now I'm gonna pull up the Donkey Kong real quick so everybody can try and see it.
Your nightmare.
Oh gosh.
But it's so cool.
But that way everybody could see what you were talking about.
No one wanted to buy it.
Do we still have it?
Yes, we still have it.
We do?
We have like $45 for that.
And it's an 8 by 10.
I didn't think so. And each of the barrels are separate. Each of the ladders are separate. So like they'll all have to be put together separately. And they're all different shapes, so you have to like line them up correctly, or it'll look weird.
Or they don't fit. And they're all at different angles. Yeah.
and
real fun.
Unfortunately, the way I cut them, I don't lay them out after I cut them. They go in a pile, and I sort them later to glue it.
He puts all the pieces, like let's say the 200 pieces for that piece that is behind you, the evil one. He takes all of the individual pieces and he puts them in a manila file folder. And then
you shake it up and just throw it onto a paper and look at.
Well, sometimes he does, because then when he goes to do it, like 2 days later, he's like, "Well, where's this? I'm missing this piece." Well, no shit, Sherlock, because you just put it all into basically a goodie bag.
She hates how I work.
I hate how he works. I can't work like that. But that's also why he does them so much faster than I ever was able to do.
Well, I also I'll cut up to 25 at a time until I start gluing. Then I have like a gluing session.
Now, how long before we get to the comments, how long does it usually take you just to make one piece? I mean, and that's from concept to finish.
Well, pull up a picture of one of them, and I'll tell you. I think I memorized all of them.
Well, hold on. I gotta go back because nobody gave me pictures, so I just gotta steal them from you.
We could use the Be Evil one.
Like the Be Evil one, for instance. That took about 4 hours to design it, and then I should say redesign it, and then a couple hours to cut it, and then gluing it. Probably about 13, 14 hours in total.
Holy cow.
Just for that one.
That's actually not bad. I was thinking a couple days. See, now there, I gave you like half a dozen right there.
Donkey Kong was not that long to design it because, 8-bit, there's not a lot of colors. So it probably took about 3 hours to actually do it. And then cutting it took maybe about 2 hours. You helped glue it, or you did glue it.
Yeah, it took me about an hour and a half to glue.
Yeah. I mean, those are all the shadow boxes. So, like, Dracula was probably about 4 hours to do completely. The Peter Pan one was completely hand cut, so that took a little bit longer. So that was about 9 hours. Star Wars, probably about 2. Shadow boxes are a bit different. Muppets was one of the old ones.
Yeah, that one didn't take too long either.
Yeah.
That was a pre-done design. So, but Mando and the Child, that one was actually also pretty easy too.
Yeah.
Well, it's Star Wars. Everything's easy about them.
I mean,
Look at how quick they were putting out movies. I mean, one a year.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think the fun one out of that group was the Logan one, because that was the first one I took a piece of acetate and I actually put the letters on the acetate so it looks like it's floating above everything else. That's not attached to a solid piece of paper.
Oh, that's cool.
Just like the Star Wars one, kind of the same way. So it can actually create that little shadow over the rest of it. Because we saw a lot of shadow boxes, and they're always one color. They're just like white vellum on top of white vellum, and then they'll light them up. So I thought, well, why can't I just do the paper art and then just layer it like a shadow box? Because you get a lot more detail out of it. To me, it looks cooler, but, whatever.
And you did like some video game ones like Uncharted and The Last of Us with using those kind of things. And then there was a couple of Star Wars ones where we lit them up too.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite one is probably the Scooby-Doo one. The Scooby-Doo and Jason with Velma. That one was my favorite. And
I think I remember seeing that one somewhere.
That one, I think, is our Facebook banner.
Is that where I saw it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, there it is.
I like too. That was a pain in the ass to do.
Let me get it for everybody real quick. And while I'm doing that,
now we just don't have space.
I like the Peter Pan one.
Oh wait, no.
Peter Pan.
Oh. There's a couple of those. I have a Beauty and the Beast one that I have to put together.
Yeah. Now this one is cool. I know it's not a huge picture of it, but
yeah, I've seen that one.
I like the purple lights in that one. I think it made it a little spookier.
It didn't last long at the show.
I think we sold it at Spooky, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. One of the few things we sold at Tampa.
Yeah, we were not fans of the Tampa Spooky.
I'll shit on shows all day long.
Oh, jeez.
I come from professional wrestling. I shit on everybody.
Let's go back to the comments real quick before we get too far behind. We still got a few Merkin ones. You got Boris who says, I need an old hairdresser and a young hairdresser. And then Ron joined us tonight. Hey, Ron. Merkin the Magician has silvery gray hair.
You shall not pass.
Scott says it's a whole tea geist.
I knew a guy with that name.
Ron says it's sort of talking about your work. It's sort of a mixture of collage, mosaics with paper, and yeah, that's French, and I'm not going to even try.
Decoupage.
Decoupage. And I do see the layers there, and the art form is interesting. Jeff Young says buenos nachos.
Chimichanga to you too, sir.
And that the Ron says Donkey Kong piece is amazing. Your TMNT hat is awesome. Thank you, sir. Need pics
of Merkins or
I don't know. Sandra, you got any of your spare Merkins hanging around?
No, sorry.
Okay. And Jeff is saying nice pieces, so
we had one last week when I shaved my beard.
You could have sold it.
It's not nice to shave Sandra like that.
Oh, jeez. Where's your beard?
I'm wearing it.
Sitting right next to you.
It's my Merkin.
Ron, it is cool that you've done Disney Parks attraction sign, the Muppets one. The Peter Pan one is awesome.
We actually do a lot. I love old Disney vintage signs. So I do a lot of Disney vintage. Like one of our best ones is Mr. Toad. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. People love that one.
That's what they used to call me in high school. what's the Facebook page link? Ron, Trish just did the link right down there for you and for everybody.
We are, but you can find us at It's All Geek to Me Paper and Vinyl on Facebook.
Yeah, Trish just put it on there for everybody.
Yeah,
In the Facebook,
we don't do vinyl anymore.
Yeah, we don't do the vinyl decals anymore. Too many other people doing them, and they do them way better than we can.
Because they're ordering from China, already pre-done.
Well, some people do.
Why?
some people, the people we know, all have their crickets and all that, and do them all. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to compete with people that are professional sign people. So
Yeah.
well, the people who have no job, so they can stay home all day and do them.
well, that is not a job, though. Still being productive.
Only if you sell them.
Well, I guess that's the object.
But what's the subject in that sentence?
Oh, geez.
See?
Don't ask me.
No, don't. Mm.
That's why they have editors.
She's on vacation.
Yeah,
Leave her
no.
alone.
Yeah, she's on vacation. She's not about teaching it right now.
Right?
Okay.
No.
That's why Word has spell check.
Yeah.
And grammar.
Okay. Look,
Grammarly was invented.
that spell check only works if you spell it wrong, not in how you use the stuff.
Sometimes it does.
No, because I can say the wrong word, but as long as I spell it correctly, it leaves it there.
Yeah, good point.
And when I do the speak to text in my cell phone, it comes up with words that I never even came close to saying.
It says what you're thinking.
Only when I'm talking to you.
That's
Yeah,
what
I know.
Gmail does. They can
Now-
read your mind things.
Now, what made you decide that you want to go into this form of art?
Well,
Boredom?
not boredom. Come on. I used to.
Well, he started because of boredom, but why did you
I
start?
guess he wanted to. He wanted to keep me around, so he was trying to find things in common.
Well, no, she was doing it, and I'm like, ooh, this looks interesting. I'll give it a shot.
I used to scrapbook, and scrapbooking is a lot of paper piecing as well. And I used to teach scrapbooking classes. I guess I was pretty good at it.
Really okay.
I was the okayest scrapbooker ever. But scrapbooking is not what it used to be. So
It's very cutthroat, apparently, from what I understand.
it can be. Gosh, those ladies get
Those-
really.
Those church ladies get persnickety.
Yeah, they do. But I had a Cricut sitting at home, and Mike's like, I think we should use that for something. And he just kept on bugging me about it. And then finally we used it one day, and he was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then that was it. That was basically it. Because we're not, I mean, I can speak for myself. I like to think that I'm good at drawing or other types of art form.
I wish I was.
I'm not. I'm not, I mean, painting's not exactly my forte either. But working with paper is something that I've been able to do. Very, whether it's building boxes or models or anything like that, or doing the layered paper. That seems to be my medium that I work best in.
And I kind of started doing it because I was going to Full Sail at the time. And if you know anyone's ever been to Full Sail or talked about it, the schedule is a grueling bitch. It will destroy your creativity and your soul. Because you're doing it so much, so often, and just so fast. Like we'd have to write. We had like in my class, we had to write an ebook that contained like 7 short stories, and we had to do it within like 3 days, as well as publish it and format it correctly. That's a tremendous lot of work. So like when I was in school, I started to do the paper stuff because it used a different part of my brain. Because the paper is very analytical. It's almost like putting together puzzles and trying to figure out how to do it, as well as creative. So it's using both sides of your brain. I almost drank your shitty Coke.
Coke Zero. I'm kidding. Coke Zero is life.
You would have seen a
No, see,
I'm not very nice when I'm not drinking. Oh, No. Oh gosh. I think we have to end this interview now.
Okay, goodbye.
I didn't know you were one of those people.
We got Pepsi Zero. Now I like Cherry Coke Zero. Don't get me wrong. That's the only Coke product, Cherry Coke Zero. But
I
in
do
this
like that one.
in this house, it's everything Pepsi product zero.
Yep.
Mountain Dew Zero, Dr. Pepper Zero, Pepsi Zero, Cherry Pepsi Zero. You name it, it's all zero.
But you're also from up north. I think Coke's more of a
Midwest.
southern. Yeah.
Midwest.
No, you know there's a whole other country above Florida, right?
Well, I know. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Everything's
Yeah,
right
the-
down here for me.
The whole other country above Florida is Canada. We don't talk about Canada.
They're a friendly number to the north.
There's a whole other country below Florida too.
We don't talk about Puerto Rico either.
Puerto Rico's not a country.
You ask them and they tell you it is.
It'll be a state in 2 years.
Oh, I don't know. I hope so.
They
I was referring to like Cuba, like Hispaniola.
the secret island below the Bermuda Triangle.
Bimini? Virgin Islands? I don't know. There's
No,
lots of different islands.
Where the aliens live.
You know, this whole
Oh.
show is worth just watching her look at him when he makes comments.
That's every day, though.
So he's used to it.
I'm the one who brought her to the dark side.
Boris says the paperclip icon will spell check your stuff for a price. Every time you use it in Word, Clippy steals part of your soul and you begin to have uncontrollable flatulence.
Is that what happened to you, Mike?
That's what happened to Trish.
I don't need a lot of spell check.
Man,
Then
you
where's the
put me-
flatulence coming from?
You put me on keto and I eat cauliflower. There's problems that are going to arise.
But I never see you eat cauliflower.
I eat cauliflower.
When?
I'm not telling.
Because you don't.
I eat cauliflower.
Maybe it looks like rice.
No, because she doesn't eat that either.
I can't eat rice.
No, but the cauliflower rice.
No, because she'd have to make it, and I would know because I would eat it.
Cooked cauliflower. is
She
nasty.
can't stand any cooked vegetable, except for corn and potatoes.
Green beans and potatoes.
You don't cook the green beans. You warm them a little bit.
I dump them out of the can and I turn them on.
Okay, and Ron says, I hear talking about scrapbooking. I hear it's very cut paper as well as cut throat. Waka waka.
I like the Muppet reference in there too. Very good.
I'm just shaking my head
What?
in disdain for that.
Disdain for what? Waka Waka?
No, that weird joke. It
was a great joke.
It didn't land.
It's a dad joke.
It was like Captain Soley, but not successful.
Now, if Tom Hanks would have said it, it would have been successful.
Right?
Would have been casted away. That's a dad joke, y'all. Shit.
Are you sure it wouldn't have been a big hit?
Yeah, and that one just went like flat.
There's a lead balloon.
You're welcome.
Trish, I really think it made a splash.
But
In a
she
very
missed.
small pool.
But she missed the punchline.
What's the punchline?
That's the problem.
Stop it.
Okay, so now, Mike, you have a different kind of background than the art stuff, right? Do you still have? Okay, let me make sure I'm getting it right.
Listen, I did that porn when I was 15. It was one time. The goat was of age. It's all cool. All right. No need to bring it up again.
Well, I have to because now the
about that.
the goat says that you touched
goat
it
popped up.
inappropriately.
No,
Even though it's 30 years later,
there was a
the goat-
waiver.
no waivers.
It was a fainting goat. I took it out. It fell right over. It was horrible.
I thought it was one of those screaming ones.
She's about to pass out.
I gotta breathe. In addition to goat farming, Mike, what else have you done?
No,
Well,
okay.
Now, but you
Goat
know,
porn. And I bet
That
you
was-
there is. I bet you if I look it up, there is goat porn.
Do I really have to look it up?
Well, you don't have to, but you're going to.
Shh. I have
it's
to,
definitely worse. You know
I have
that.
to turn this thing in for warranty. I do not want goat porn on it.
xvideo.com
Hey,
/goat
It
porn.
cannot be judged like that by strangers.
as long as the goat was of age and it wasn't any kid porn.
That was bad.
Yeah, but so was
That was
I.
back when my name was Black Mamba.
The inchworm.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, you used to.
Yeah.
Now, do you still write for a horror magazine, or was that your horror magazine? I'm trying to remember because I know you talked to me once about it, and we're not talking about the horrors out on OBT.
Horror,
Oh,
not horror.
Priscilla's gonna be mad.
No, it's not horror. It's horror.
I mean, I even shaved the merkin.
Hey,
No, I used to.
here, an unknown fact, little known fact. Some people know. Trish actually threw down with a prostitute on OBT.
Yes, I did.
Ended up throwing her ass to the ground and sitting on her.
You didn't get that on footage. You could make money on that on like OnlyFans.com now.
Well,
I
I think the cop has it because the cop came and told Trish to get off of her.
Well, who knows what he's doing with it? He probably has stock in Kleenex.
I still tell that story everywhere. I beat the crap out of a hooker.
Okay. Now, how badly did I mistake your horror? Did I say it better? Horror.
I was actually editor in chief of this magazine.
He's really bad at.
Yeah.
I'll hold it for you, babe.
A friend of mine, Alfred Perez, came up with this cover. It was all dead celebrities at the time as zombies that died that year. We ran for 3 issues, and that was about it. Because it's really fucking expensive to run a magazine. But I was happy with it. And then I started to write for horrornews.net.
Now, do you still write for them?
I haven't in a while, only because there haven't been any good horror movies to write about. You know, once pandemic hit, it's kind of like nothing to do.
Yeah. Well, did you watch? Let me ask you on that take. Did you watch Army of the Dead?
Yeah, with Batista.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did you think of that?
I loved it. I thought it was campy. It kind of reminded me of the reboot of like Romero stuff.
Okay.
Not like Romero from the beginning, but like Dawn of the Dead remake.
Well, didn't Snyder do Dawn of the Dead remake?
I have no idea. I'm not really a big fan of Snyder because I thought the new Justice League sucked ass.
Well, I think he's overrated. I haven't liked any of his work. So
I thought Army of the
I like Army of the Dead. Don't get me wrong.
I thought it was better than Justice League.
all of his DC stuff I don't really care for. Put it that way.
I think the Snyder cut was basically his own self-orgasm, basically. It was just a tribute to himself to see his name.
Well, and it's one of those that, oh, well, this is what the movie we should have got. No movie corporation is going to give you a 4-hour movie. So nobody.
Nobody's gonna sit that long through it.
They would have cut it down to 2 hours, and we still would have got what we had the first time around.
Well, they got, I mean, let's face it, they got it because people bitched.
Yep.
And Snyder bitched. I mean, he left the show. He left it. Joss Whedon got handed it. He got handed a shit show. And then he decides, fuck this. Then afterwards, all the crap he got
Oh yeah.
from Ray Fisher, which turned out to be nothing. He came out later saying, "No, Joss Whedon didn't say anything bad to me or do anything bad to me. It was the producers." So then after that, everyone shit on Joss Whedon for no reason whatsoever.
Oh yeah. But he'll come back around. Josh Whedon, he'll let it go for a couple years. He'll come back stronger than ever, and because I like actually Josh Whedon stuff.
Joss doesn't need our money. He's been working, he started working as a writer on Roseanne was his thing, and his dad, I think it was his dad or his mom. They were writers on Golden Girls.
Yeah, I mean,
got nothing to worry about.
No, I mean, he's come up with some of the best shows ever. And I mean, hell,
Firefly.
he even Firefly, Buffy.
Firefly's our love story.
Oh, I love Firefly. I mean, that's one of those shows that just gets better with age, and they're talking about doing the reboot, and I think that's just going to be the worst thing ever.
Well, no, I don't think so, because if they do it, Joss Whedon will do it, and all the entire cast is all for doing it. So it'd be not even a reboot; it would just be a new season, basically.
But they would have to do a dream sequence for Wash.
No.
Or something.
Reanimation. Who gives a shit?
Oh.
It's sci-fi. It's a sci-fi web.
Yeah,
You can do what the fuck you
sci-fi.
want.
Yeah, well, if you remember, who was it?
Sigourney Weaver and aliens.
He could be a hologram, like what was it, Mr. Big or whatever, the one that was on the Outpost. After he died, he was the hologram warning Mal about the bad guys.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you really want to go deep, I mean, let's face it, he did it in Avengers with Phil Coulson.
Yeah.
Stabbed through the middle, wasn't dead.
Yeah.
Go to Tahiti and get reborn.
I do enjoy how people shit on Marvel movies when I think Marvel movies are better than DC movies.
Now, I'll give you, for the most part, Marvel movies are good. Some of them that people rave about, I think that people are a little stupid. Because I could not stand Thor Ragnarok. I don't care what everybody says. They tried too hard to have it be Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think that's kind of the fun of it, though. I liked it for its campiness.
And I didn't, because that's where the downfall of Hulk began. And I love Hulk. I love how they had him up till that point where they made him a spoiled little kid.
I thought the downfall was Ang Lee.
But see...
Or
one stuck. I like the Ed Norton one. I wanted those, that I like the Ed Norton one because at least it was still in the realm of the comics. But like the Avengers movie, they really did good. Brought Hulk out, man. He's gonna be kick ass. Then you give me, and I'm looking at Planet Hulk. Oh man, we're gonna have him there, and they made him a whiny little baby that Thor beat. It's like, no, Thor ain't beating Hulk. Not in Planet Hulk. Not in Battle World.
I'm looking forward to the new one. What was it, the new Thor, God and Thunder or something?
Love and Thunder.
It's gonna be like heavy metal, I think. It's gonna go around like campy heavy metal.
Yeah. Well, put it this way. Trish only likes the movies because they have the jokes in it. That's why she loves Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. They put that humor in it to it, but she couldn't stand Ragnarok because they forced it on you. They forced too much of the humor.
It was too much.
And they ruined a good storyline.
That's the brilliant of Gunn, though. He's very good at kind of like the tongue-in-cheek, snarky humor and the sarcastic humor. And it's just because he got his, I mean, face it, he got to start with Trauma. Have you ever seen any type of Trauma movie?
Toxic Avenger. Who hasn't watched Toxic Avenger?
Me.
Part 1 through 10.
Me too.
How about Poultrygeist? Come on, you haven't seen Poultrygeist?
I don't watch scary movies.
They're not scary.
They're not scary.
They're not scary.
Listen.
It's the funniest, weirdest shit.
Listen, Linda.
You gotta be.
I had we were dating for about a year because Mike is an enormous horror fan. So I was like, okay, let me try to watch one of these scary movies. And he's like, okay, we're gonna watch Halloween. Oh, okay.
The original.
The original.
Okay.
So I had to go, and I knew this was coming. I had to go and read the script so that I could make it through the movie. Yeah, and I still was not. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm never watching something like that again. Sorry.
I mean, back when it was made, it was scary. Now, up to other things, it still holds its own, but it's not like gory. Like now, it's just horror movies have made that turn from being psychological to just being gore fests, which I personally hate. I think it's pointless.
But you put on true crime, I'll watch that all day.
True crime, yeah.
But see, going back to Halloween, John Carpenter was a genius in all his movies.
Yes.
I mean, even some of his worst movies were still great movies, like Body Bags. I mean, Body Bags is one of the stupidest little short story movies, but it's still good because it's John Carpenter.
I mean, there are other horror movies that I would like her to watch, like The Stuff.
Oh man, The Stuff. You haven't watched The Stuff? That's legendary.
Where's Scott when you guys are talking about horror movies?
Well, Boris is down here. I'll get to the.
I saw what you were saying. He's 100% correct. The animated DC movies are fantastic.
Yeah, and they blow Marvel animated movies out of the sky.
And I think before Disney Plus, DC had the television stuff done. Because I love the Flash, I loved Arrow, I love all the Arrowverse stuff. Because it didn't take itself too seriously. Because DC tries to be dark when they're really not dark. They've never had dark. Like in the beginning, they weren't. And then Nolan comes along. And then, oh look, we're all dark now. And now DC, like I love the DC Black Label stuff.
Yeah,
I don't like campy bullshit. But DC shot themselves in the foot with that when they showed Batman's dick and didn't bother to tell anyone there was mature content and had it out so anyone could buy it.
Let me keep that in mind. Let me run through the comments real quick.
Batman dick. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Batman dick.
About Batman's.
You keep thinking about Batman's dick while I go through the comments.
Oh, jeez.
You can get a Merkin too.
Ron says, hence the Fozzie the Bear reference, Statler and Waldorf.
The two old men in the balcony.
Yep. That's going to be me and Mike one day.
Yep.
I'm already Statler.
Way to cut pieces. Apologies, Fozzie Bear. Boris says, Boris knew a guy. That guy looks familiar. He's Farmer Dong in Barnyard Escapes 5, Kid Gloves. Escapades 5. He's talking about you with the goats. Okay.
That's a great pick the porn name.
I told you, Boris. I love Boris. This is really getting my goat. It's getting very bad. Okay. Boris says, Army of the Dead equals Zombie Ocean's 11.
I can see that. Yeah, totally.
Boris, we already know about the DC movies are trash. Their animated are amazing. Batman's dick, real life bat pole. Is that how it is? And then Big J says, all I hear is a dick.
It's a dick. It's a dick, Steve.
It's a dick.
Yes.
It's a dick. That should be a hashtag now. Hashtag it's a dick, Steve.
Okay.
Let's make it trending, people.
Okay.
It's a dick, Steve. I'm gonna write that down. I'm putting that in one of my.
So long, O.C.D. Steve.
That's okay. That's fine. I'm not like Mike. I don't look at him all the time. I can't recognize him right off the bat. Now, does it look like a goat dick or a regular dick?
It's a black Phillip.
Or started it.
Boris, hashtag it's a dick, Steve. Okay.
And it's done.
There we go. Let's see if we can get that trending. I will take it. I will take one for the team if we can get that trending and everybody watches the show.
That's a really bad
That's
choice.
what Mike said.
What? You're gonna make It's a Dick Steve come true?
Yeah, let's see. Go
Let's
on.
take one to the team. That's a Dick Steve.
He's gonna have to
Look how red his face is getting.
t-shirts down.
We'll see. Okay, you guys still can do a little bit of vinyl. You guys can copyright. It's a Dick Steve. There you
I'll put it
go.
on my car all day long.
And does Batman's dick have a little cape and cowl on it as well?
And it has a utility belt because it needs it for the condoms. And the
Has a little sidekick, Robin.
And then he's going after Catwoman.
And the It's a Dick Steve warming gel. Branded.
I see a whole mini comic coming together.
Where's Craven? I'll write that shit all day long.
See, at least I can help with your creativity.
Let's
That's
get
what
Roland. He can write it. Roland and I can write It's a Dick Steve.
It's a Dick Steve.
Oh yeah, where is Roland? I want to see Roland's reaction to that. Let's do a Kickstarter on that shit.
Be a special cover of Cat and Mouse.
Featuring Goatman and Steve.
Bah, that's
And
a
it-
Dick Steve.
And it ain't gonna be your foot that they draw in there.
And he named his balls Tim and Todd.
I don't know who.
That's the Robins. Two of the Robins.
Oh, I get okay.
Tim Drake. And does he have the red hood for
Oh
protection?
my God.
Jeez.
Hey, you brought it up. I'm just going with it.
I mean, do you wonder if Two-Face is like really half disgusting and burned, or like would his penis be cut in half and one side burned?
No, just one side scarred, ribbed for her pleasure.
Sandra, I'm
Yeah.
striking you from the calendar.
Okay, that's cool. It's been nice. It's been real. We're going to be on the do not call list. I see.
Is it past 9 o'clock yet? Is the question.
Yeah, it's 9:06, so we can go X now.
Okay, so we're good. Never mind.
And all thanks to Big J. See?
Big J always starts shit.
I know.
Mr. Freeze must have permanent shrinkage. Okay.
Yep. Hey.
Hey, you can't say he's wrong.
Well, he would never use it because his old lady is frozen anyways.
You must shoot out icicles. Ooh, that's painful.
The thought of that.
Oh, okay. So, and since Big J's on here, I was going to say congratulations with the baby.
6
Did he
months
eat one?
later.
Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ate one, babe. It's not that kind of show.
It's like veal. Like the meat's a little bit sweeter. You can deep fry the
Mike.
skin.
Baby ketchup.
Right now.
Oh.
Okay, Trish doesn't think you're funny.
Trisha's over here laughing her ass off. See, look at it. She's
Oh,
laughing
I'm
her
sure
ass
she
off.
is.
See?
In my defense, I actually like it what you guys are on because you're freaking hilarious.
We
There's
tried.
no shame.
So, Boris, is Mr. Freeze's wife a frigid bitch? We'll see. See? Sandra's like, yep, there she is.
Yeah. Yeah. What else would she be?
And like all serial killers, he keeps a head in the freezer.
Well, he keeps her whole body in the freezer. And Boris says, screwing Mr. Freeze would be like getting your tongue stuck on a cold flagpole, but 1,000 times worse.
Why didn't they do that in A Christmas Story?
Try explaining that one to your HMO.
Could you see that? It's a dick stick. Don't put it on.
Man.
Yeah, I want to see this. It's a Dick Steve go somewhere. I bet you Big J's already copywriting that shit, or
You're gonna make a T-shirt.
That's what
she
I
can
said.
give him the cold shoulder at times.
Get Steve. a
They
hat
can't all
that
be
says
winners.
that.
Okay, I do. I would wear that hat proudly with the hashtag that says it's a Dick Steve.
Somebody needs to make Steve a hat that says that.
We can make some glassware.
I can drink. I'll drink out of it.
I'll do their logo out of paper and put it's a Dick Steve.
Hey, I will gladly do it just to show I didn't know what the hell a dick looked like. Okay.
I could see like a nice long Pilsner glass. You just have the emoji.
Something kind of like this.
Sure. I'm a little worried that you have that so readily available.
Then they call that the jackrabbit if you go to the porn store.
Well, I drink a lot of water.
Don't do that with the bomb.
See, he at least caught it.
Now she's leaving.
Let her in.
I'm nothing without her. Hello, cat. Of course, I'm a cat person, so that explains my personality.
Yeah, I saw when I was looking for pictures for the intro, lots of you sleeping with cats. But I also found you sleeping with Alf, so that was cooler.
Yeah.
Boris says, we can get you a custom shovel shaped like a penis from Murray's House of Shovels. What would I be doing with that shovel, though? That's the main question.
You're nothing.
Now, see, they got upset. He got upset when I was sitting there holding my water bottle, and he's over there stroking a pussy.
And it ran away from him.
That's just
That's the story of his life.
that was elementary school all day long. Of course, I was 22 at the time, so
Explains so much.
that's why my name's different on here than it is.
Because
keep it discreet.
well, he calls himself Michael Class because that's the only class he has. See, he got it.
That was dumb.
How come you're laughing?
I'm not laughing.
You're laughing.
I'm not laughing at that one.
She's trying.
I refuse to give you the satisfaction.
That's the story of my life.
This is true.
24 years. Yeah, that's. Now, how long have you two been together?
30 years.
Okay, she's not even that old.
It just feels that way. She's like 43.
What the fuck?
No. See, I was gonna say she's 27. There you go. See,
I'm 41.
I was gonna say 40, but
You already said I'm what, 43?
that's a joke.
It wasn't a joke. It wasn't funny.
How old does your mom think she is?
Now, my mom thinks I'm what, like 52? Is that what she was asking?
Well, your mom
again?
thinks she's like 80 something.
Yeah, my mom thinks she's like 80, but that's besides the point. I had to call her sister to find out how old she really was. So how long have we been together? 5 years?
Something like that.
Yeah, 5 years.
so about the whole time we've known you.
Yep, basically.
Okay.
She's my mistress.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think it's a good thing to be.
Yeah, you get all the benefits and none of the downside.
That's a nice thought.
Hmm.
He
Yeah.
never leaves, does he?
Well, if he doesn't leave, she ain't the mistress.
Right?
Well, in all these years, we really haven't had a fight, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. We had one fight, but it wasn't.
Oh,
I was
you
wrong.
ain't. You go.
Wait, you heard she was wrong.
I was wrong.
Oh, then that wasn't a fight. That was a victory
No.
for Michael.
Listen, I've been married before. I learned a lot of different things, and one of those things is you got to admit when you're wrong.
I never say I'm wrong. I just don't say anything.
Boris
That's
says
like
he's
the worst punishment.
Mm.
Yeah.
We've inspired Boris. He's now going to text Finsterberger some erotic sketching or etchings from the old country where scantily clad village ladies molest oddly shaped turnips and radishes.
Wearing merkins. You dropped the ball there, Boris.
So now let's go back to like what you guys do for a living. So
Oh, great.
now that conventions and everything are back to being a thing, thank you very much, because we kind of helped start that along with the land.
Yeah.
You guys have a full summer booked?
It's looking that way. It's getting there pretty quickly. So this weekend we are going to be in Tallahassee for Infinity Con Tallahassee, or Tally as they call it. Then next weekend we're doing, and then the following weekend we're doing a show that Mike is super excited about.
Woo-hoo!
We're doing the River City Wrestling Con in Jacksonville.
Ah.
So Mike is really excited about that one because he used to run a wrestling promotion when he was in Pennsylvania. So been doing my wrestling research so that I don't look like a complete idiot.
So they had Amish wrestling up there?
They sure did. Yeah. Not a lot of excitement. It was a very, very even keel.
And everybody was named Jacob?
Lincoln would have wrestled. They did wrestling.
I learned that Abraham Lincoln was a wrestler.
A championship wrestler.
He was championship.
Yeah,
He's credited. He's credited with like the first body slam or something like that.
He did the first standing moonsault.
I don't even know what that is. And then at the end of June, we're going to be doing the Space Coast Book Lovers. I can't remember what exactly it's called. It's a Space Coast book fair type of thing with lots of authors and writing, very book centered.
Now, are they going to be mad that you cut up their books?
Let's hope not. I sent them. Hey, most of the books I use are very well loved.
Mm-hmm.
You could see some of the books that I pulled out of my classroom at the end of the year. I'm like, why are you guys even putting this back? I mean, like, but it's all they're afraid to show me the books that they tore up because I'm so terrifying, I guess.
I mean, we probably won't make any money at those two shows.
That's
So we
never.
still have fun.
I will, maybe. I'm hoping to see some old friends show up. That'd be fun.
I'm going to go comments real quick between Trish tagging things. Scott says, Boris, you better not, especially after last week. And then...
I feel like there's a story there.
Probably not.
Oh, there is.
Well, you got to watch last week's Monster Manor to know the story there. Everybody thought Scott died of a heart attack.
Oh, no.
And Boris, too late. Just got them. I'm now going to Clorox wipe my eyes clean. He got the sketches or the etches.
Yes.
The etch-a-sketch is. Now, see, while you guys are at River City Wrestling Convention, we're going to be at Central Florida Comic-Con.
Yes. We've done that show before, and we had a great time there. It's just, it conflicted. Yeah. It conflicted with our show that we had already booked for River City.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure
the-
if you look on the page, you'll find the picture of Sandra and you hiding behind something.
Isn't that at every con you see us at?
True.
Well, no,
Yeah.
usually Mike is like running out of the picture.
Usually.
Or
My gimmick.
or he's out there talking to one of the women selling all that cool artwork.
Yeah. He usually does. It's like the only time he'll talk is when it's something geeky or wrestling or writing, movies.
You're just naming a lot of stuff everyone's into.
Yeah, I mean,
Politics.
you should see sometimes when we go to a comic book store, which I love going to comic book stores, but sometimes it's like, okay, Mike, we gotta go. Okay, it's been 2 hours. Let's go.
Now, what's your comic book store of choice? Who's your local comic book store that you go to?
The one we go to most often is Banff in Maitland. They have excellent coffee there. Well, I don't drink coffee, but Mike really loves their coffee. It's actually owned by one of my former colleagues that I used to teach with, who's an amazing teacher. And it's sad that she's not teaching anymore, but she's running a pretty awesome comic book store right now.
That is a cool comic book store.
It is, and Enzo's cool too.
Yeah, I like Enzo.
We like Enzo.
Enzo's okay. He just kind of, nah.
Yeah, but see, we were a fan of Enzo's when he was over Acme. We were so happy to see him get his own store.
Yeah, no, I'm just joking. Enzo is also wonderful. And then, I mean, Candace is wonderful. Dave would get really butthurt if I didn't mention him being wonderful too. And what? Okay. And then I guess we just don't discriminate against any of the other comic book shops. I mean, we go to them pretty regularly. Coliseum of Comics, Versus.
Okay, Versus isn't a comic book store. It's a game store.
Okay, but it has some comic tendencies.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No,
Okay.
they're doing a grand opening again on July 1st.
I saw that.
And they're going across the hall, but it is pure, and they pretty much did that as of last year. They're pretty much pure gaming now. No comic related stuff really.
And that'll be really good with the with that gaming. What is the name of that place? It's losing me now.
Eat and Play District.
Yes, the district. Thank you. Yeah, that'll go good over there, I think. But I mean, we haven't been out there in a while, but West Orange Comics we go to.
That's because Hudson fucks you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We've had some good luck at Mike's Comics as well.
Oh, well, we don't say that name. Strike that.
Oh,
Delete.
That is a name that's worse than Voldemort.
Oh, geez. I knew there was a reason why we didn't go there for a while.
Who?
We didn't. Yeah.
We can discuss that after the show.
No problem.
Now you've said all these comic book stores, and you even said that one, but you didn't say Living Dead.
Shame.
Oh my gosh, we were just there last week.
Yeah.
I forgot about them. Oh my gosh, we were just there last week. Yes.
We think the owner's a dick, so you don't really mention it.
No, what?
Ooh.
What?
We were also at the Collective.
No, okay, let's back the truck up.
I was kidding.
The Living Dead person was very pleasant. Very nice.
The Living Dead.
Now,
Listen,
which one was it at Living Dead? Was it Lee? Was it Jay? Or was it Frankie? What
You
did they
think
look
I know
like?
these people? No, I just know them. I just hey, I know you, Living Dead.
There's the old dude.
The old dude.
Yeah.
So
He's
that
at the booth.
Yeah, he's usually at the booth when we're at shows.
that would be Lee.
Okay.
Is he a bigger guy like mine and your guys' statue? Okay.
Yeah, that's Lee.
That's Lee. I wouldn't consider him older.
No.
I was thinking you were talking about his dad, George.
Yeah, and we went to the Collective yesterday.
We haven't been there since they moved.
They don't have dollar books apparently, so.
Where, very big store. I mean, I think they're
They
still
didn't have
trying
dollar
to.
books before, though.
Oh yeah,
No.
they did.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't remember them in the little store.
Oh yeah, they even had a special on Thursdays where it was like 3 for 1.
See, now she would have loved being out at Suncoast Comic Con this last weekend.
Yeah. Y'all would have fought.
Me and you would have fought because I bought 3 short boxes for about $70, and they were all quarter books.
I have such a love-hate relationship with buying comics. Like, we have so many comics right now, it's not even funny. I brought home from school a whole copier paper box full of comics as well, because I just took them all out of my classroom. I try to recycle them every year. But, I'll always tell Mike, we're not buying any more comics. We need to use some. No more comics for a month. And then I'm like, you know what? I got that itch. Like, I need to go dig through some boxes.
Yeah, but see, your itch and my itch is totally different because I get them to read. You get them to cut.
No, I usually read them first.
Oh, yeah, look at this one. Oh, this would be good as earrings. Snip, snip, snip.
Well, yeah, because you need to know the storyline to make things fit together.
It just makes the other ones more valuable, dude.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Mike has the right idea.
Yeah, the more you keep cutting, the more mine actually go up from a quarter to more.
So at least 25.9 cents.
I was gonna say 50 cent. Give me 50 cent.
But once the pandemic started, I didn't cut any paper for that entire time. I didn't do any of that. I started to make posters and keychains. But
yeah,
I've been
somehow during the pandemic, we didn't get more stuff done.
No, because we were essential and we still went out and did things and
had to go to work.
And all that fun shit.
Yeah.
I just did my normal day to day.
No, I did too, but from home.
Until they made you go back to school because DeSantis is a piece of shit, but that's a different day.
Well, yeah, let's not go down that tangent today.
No politics. You could be X-rated all day long.
We just don't talk politics.
You can talk about penises. You can talk about vaginas.
Merkins.
We're not going down that road.
No, because if we want to go down that way, my biggest bitch about and don't get me wrong, first responders and you're a teacher. I appreciate your teaching and all that, but I think the true heroes was all the employees at like grocery stores and shit like that.
I completely agree with you.
They had to put up with everybody. I mean, they put up with bullshit on a daily basis to begin with, and then you add in all the stupidity of the pandemic, and I think I was just so upset. I know I'm kind of biased because my daughter is an employee, but it's like you see all this first responders and teachers and everything. You get free coffee or a free lunch, but all these grocery store workers and all that kind of stuff that still had to be out there to make sure that the first responders and the teachers and all those people still ate food, got nothing.
And they made sure that you got a package of toilet paper because they didn't let the person in front of you buy 5, and then they screamed at them and tried to beat them up. And
yeah, grocery store workers made sure I had toilet paper.
We ordered ours off Amazon.
At least mine did. If the truck came in, we knew if there was toilet paper on it.
I agree that there's so many different, but also I think that they get kind of crapped on a lot anyways. Anybody that's in the service type industry, which is what I would consider grocery store people to be because they are doing a service, they always get the short end of the stick. They're the thankless kind of jobs that you're right. If we didn't have truck drivers, if we didn't have people manning our stores, we wouldn't have all this stuff. I mean, we can see it right now with people not wanting to go back to work in the food industry. There's so many restaurants that are still closed, and it's because, in large part, because they've been treated so horribly for so many years.
And they get paid shit.
Yeah, they get paid shit, but I mean, we'll see how much it changes, since we're not going to talk politics, but as of yesterday, the changes that went on, we'll see. We'll see, because like Trish has a job opening at her job. People were calling in and applying for it, get the interview, wouldn't show up for the interview, but because you know what they were doing. They were just writing it down, I applied for.
That's unfortunate too.
Yeah. Because now, like, people like Trish who have, and we went down this rabbit hole a little bit. If you don't like what you get paid, do better and look for better. That's how I feel. I'm one of those old school. I didn't like getting paid minimum wage, so I worked my ass off to where I get paid more. And now I can go into a place and demand more money because I have that experience. I have those certificates. I have all that stuff to say, hey, look, I'm worth this much money. But I'm also going to, on the flip side, the pandemic also hurt qualified people, because qualified people would go for a job. Well, since so many people were looking for a job, we're not going to pay you as much as you're worth. So it's like, well, then you're still going to be jobless because I know how much I'm actually worth. And you're not going to undermine. All of a sudden, my profession, before I changed and retired out of my profession, the pay got cut in half during the pandemic.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
It's like, because I'll tell you, I was a maintenance supervisor for property management, apartments, and all that stuff. I worked my ass off to be getting paid, and I'm going to say it out loud for everybody, $27 to $29 an hour. I have all the certificates. I've worked my ass off for 25 years to get to that point. When the whole pandemic happened, you look for a job, they're paying maintenance supervisors $19 an hour. Because so many people are without jobs and looking for a job. And it's like, what the hell happened?
Oh, a couple of them were $15 an hour.
Yeah, a couple of them. That's looking at
entry level.
That's a groundskeeper is that kind of pay. But I'm happy. I retired from maintenance. I don't swing a hammer anymore, so I'm happy.
You got Sandra on your side because you're talking to a teacher. They don't get paid well at all anyway.
No, but not only that, but my dad was an electrician. And I know, I mean, there's different things. I mean, I'm totally blue collar all the way. Like, I think that the uneducated jobs, as they're kind of deemed, which is not true at all, they get the short end of the stick so much because it's looked upon like you don't have a college education because that's what everybody's supposed to go and get nowadays. And that's not true. These skilled trades workers are vanishing.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to pay them.
Oh yeah. Well, but like in the maintenance industry, one of the reasons why I kind of got out of it was because they want people. They want the people for cheaper, and that's fine. Like I was let go of from one company. I'd been there for 8 years because I made too much money, and they could hire 2 people for the same amount. But I also found out that company started hiring outside contractors to do what I was doing in-house.
So they paid more money.
So they were
in
the long run, they were paying for 2 employees and then an outside contractor to do the same crap I was doing. So, you know what?
You get what you pay for.
Exactly. And these people have no skills nowadays. They're replacers. They're not maintenance.
I hate replacers.
But let's go back to talking conventions.
Yes.
Because I can sit here and bitch all day about the job market. So I forgot what I was going to say. So we're going to be at Central Florida Comic Con coming up, and Lachey's going to be there also.
Yes.
And this weekend we're going to be at Lake Collecticon because we've always supported Greg and his stuff.
Oh, we're also doing Kissimmee Fandom.
Yeah, but that's not until September.
Yeah, but it's one of the fun ones.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if we did that one last year, because I think that one goes up against another one, and this year everything's going up against everybody.
Yeah.
So, and that's one of the hardest things, because there's like 5 events going on this weekend. It's like, where do you go?
Yeah, because it's hard to hit them all.
I
It's
mean,
nearly impossible.
we want to do the new Throwdown, but that's might be against Maker Faire, right?
Yeah, because Maker Faire announced recently that they are coming back this year.
Oh, the shit's gonna be at Villicon. We were just looking at that one.
Yep.
We
One we never heard of before.
yeah, it's a new one, because when we were putting up our list of events for this month, I had to bring that one up to Trish. Villicon.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that one goes.
Wasn't that between someone and someone else?
Mm-hmm. The book one,
Oh, the book one.
which we applied to first.
And we're also considering Spooky.
Is
Since
Spooky
it's in
this month?
Orlando. No. We're thinking down the road.
Okay. I'm gonna say I don't remember putting Spooky onto the thing, but I know sometimes we miss things.
I forget what else.
We don't have anything booked for July right now. The only thing that's really come up was the Savannah Mega Comic Con,
Yeah.
and we will not do that one.
That joke of a show.
Now, are you talking Savannah MegaCon or just Savannah Con?
Savannah Mega Comic Con.
Okay.
I know that there are two that are very similarly named.
Yeah, those are the two that are similar names. So it's like, oh.
And it hurts me because I love Savannah so much.
It's pretty out there, but yeah, it is Georgia.
Yeah, well, that was the. What was that one? Was that one Tennessee?
Yeah,
Or was that Fanboy?
that was Fanboy.
Fanboy. Yeah.
Fanboy.
But Fanboy's coming to Orlando.
Yeah, they're gonna fail miserably, probably.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, they did before, I believe. Fanboy failed miserably the last time they were in
Weren't
Orlando.
they in Lakeland?
I believe so.
Yeah.
A few years ago, and that was bad.
Wasn't that the one that had the Duke boys?
Yep.
Ah.
This
It
time they
was-
have chips.
Well, last time they were here in Orlando, they failed so miserably, they had to start letting people in for free on Sunday because they had no attendance.
I did enjoy, though, hanging out in Tom's booth watching the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. Trish was sitting there because Tom had his booth right across from the Dukes of Hazzard, and she was sitting there behind there just watching the Duke boys. And I can't say I was looking at Daisy Duke, and she did not age good. So it's one of those hashtag it's a dick, Steve. See, look at
When we did the one in Savannah, probably the only good thing that came out of that is I got to meet Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I was so excited.
She cried like a baby.
Oh, I cried like such a baby, like a toddler. Oh gosh.
See, we met him in Jekyll Island Con.
Yeah.
Even had him sign a 2x4 for one of my employees.
Oh yeah. If I got the chance to meet him again, I'm going to get him. I mean, I just couldn't think. Like I was just because he's such a big part. Like my dad, I grew up with my dad watching wrestling, so it like brought back like spending time with my dad. So and he's such a sweet guy.
Yeah, he was nice. I really like Mick Foley. He is one of the nicest guys I have ever met. And I met him when I worked at the hotel down by Universal, where they used to them used to stay before while they were practicing, and he was one of the nicest guys. The kids would come up and he would talk with them and all that, because he was down in the business center like every night, still in his plaid cut off shirt and everything like that. He was still what you laughing at the numb slug?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Numb slug said you kind of look like that famous Swedish actor. And Ron says, have a good night. Keep up the great work with the art. And Hugh Jazzgoff. I love trolls. See, and I remember when we set this up, me and Mike were going to sit there and talk about trolls.
Toxic fanboys.
Yeah.
But see, I've gotten to the point where I like them because that means I'm doing something right that they want to come troll my show.
Huge ass cock. Did you not see it?
No. Because it's a dick
It's a
Steve.
dick Steve.
Yes, it's a dick Steve.
See?
Oh,
Are you happy?
yes.
Okay. Because that's actually Trisha's YouTube handle, Numb Slug.
It is not. You are so stupid.
But see, like I said, I used to hate trolls, but I got to loving them because, like I said, they give me viewers, so they actually help me out. And you don't get trolls if you're doing something wrong. You're not interesting enough to be trolled.
Yeah.
And all we see is Sandra's hand.
Do Swedish fish kind of thing.
Swedish fish.
No, Swedish chef. I've done me some nuggets.
Now back to Mick Foley. Like I said, he's one of the coolest. He's just so down to earth that he was one of my favorite ones that I've gotten to meet. And I got to meet a whole bunch of them there in the hotel. So it was kind of cool. A couple of them were jackasses. Booker T scared the fuck out of me one night.
Is he the one that was walking behind you?
Yep.
I remember you telling us about that story.
Yep. And like I said, Mick, like I said, one of the coolest. The way he treated the kid, it's how they treat the fans is what I think is cool. Even though he was on his own personal time and everything, like some of the wrestlers, like leave me alone, I'm on my personal time. He was there for his fans, and that's what was cool about him.
Yeah. I could see it both ways, though. It could be really draining, I would assume. You kind of like always have to be on. I mean, I think there's probably a nice way to do it, but it's
be Lucha Libre and just wear your mask. Take it off when you're out in public.
Yeah, see, there you go. I'm gonna go back to movies real quick.
Uh-oh.
And get your opinion, Mike. What did you think of the new Mortal Kombat?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
What about you, Sandra? I know I asked Mike, but what about you? Did you like it? Did you watch it?
Well, here's the fun fact. You could probably name 100 movies, and I may have seen one of them.
Go ahead. Rapid fire him, Steve. Let's do this.
So I think Wonder Woman 84.
Nope.
That's good. You didn't miss anything.
Also,
Too sad.
I didn't know she could fly all of a sudden.
Well, yeah.
No, she wasn't in her team. She was flying.
No, she wasn't flying at first. She was lassoing lightning.
Yes.
Then she was flying off clouds. It was
Uh-huh.
stupid. It was really fucking stupid. Anyway,
But they did make her, once they made her a god in the comics, she could fly without the invisible jet.
I just couldn't wrap my head around the whole Steve in somebody else's body. That's the difficult one for me to get around.
She keeps saying she keeps saying that Wonder Woman raped some random guy over and over again.
Think about it. And the poor guy was like
Lucky?
well, that too. But he was possessed by Steve for how long? And how did he all of a sudden be able to go to his job afterwards? Because he's been missing for.
I know. I'm the one who told you about the job. You were hooked up on the rape thing, and I'm like, how does he still have a job?
She slept with the guy who didn't even know who she was.
Somewhere.
Okay, let's see. Horton Hears a Who.
No.
Big Trouble, Little China.
Nope.
Oh man, Chud.
What?
Chud. That's a big no.
Hey, look, you want her to see.
That's on Prime.
You want her to see the stuff. She got to watch Chud.
I love Chud. It's
Chud.
on Prime. It's on my watch list again.
If the two of you are recommending it, then that's a huge no.
No, that's a classic.
It's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Nope.
Oh, that's mine and my daughter's favorite. That's our go-to. Whenever it's on, me and her watch it together if we're home together.
B movie king over here.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Nope.
1 and 2.
Yep.
The Blob. The Blob. Any
The
version.
Blob.
Or The Thing. Any version.
Nope.
No. The last thing I could not stand. I love the original Thing. I love John Carpenter's Thing.
Yeah.
But the last thing, no, I couldn't. Yeah.
I love John Carpenter's Thing. Nobody's gonna touch that.
It's a dick, Steve.
Well, I bet you it morphed into one of those at one point.
Hashtag.
It's a dick, Steve.
How about Disney movie? Roger Rabbit.
Yes, I've seen that one.
I'm
Just
trying
saw
to think.
Star Wars.
I didn't just see it. It was a couple years ago.
Star Trek?
No.
Never ending story.
Any of the Never-Ending Story, Trish says.
I think I've seen it, but it would have been like when I was really young.
How about E.T.?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to say so since I have a picture of you standing next to him.
Yes. That's me and my brother. That was when Universal Studios first opened.
And was still good. Garbage now.
Goonies.
Okay, Trish says Goonies.
Only because Mike had me watch it.
It's a good movie.
It's a
It is
great
a good
movie.
movie.
I watch it like once a week.
And also because I needed an example of a Rube Goldberg apparatus, which shows transfer of energy. So Mike's like, "Oh, we'll just use the scene from Goonies," and I'm like, "Hold on, what do you mean?" So then he cut the movie for me so that I could show it to my class what a Rube Goldberg apparatus was, and it made a lot of sense. All the kids were like, "Oh, it's Goonies," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's a great movie. I just watched it."
See, let's get we'll make Scott happy. How about Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Oh gosh, no.
Oh.
No.
The Shape of Water?
Nope.
Oh, come on. Yeah, there's like fish man sex in the bathtub.
I know. Come on. Let's see. How about any of the Lord of the Rings?
Nope. No.
No, I just
Muppet, the Muppets movie, Muppets Take Manhattan, Muppets Christmas
Yes.
Carol.
Yes.
I was just thinking, would the merman's Merkel be a mackerel?
Ponder that.
What
We'd
if
have
dogs
to-
like
That's
that?
another one to ask Boris.
gives a new meaning to smelling fishy.
Now, see, I gotta ask Mike. What about? Have you seen Kingdom of the Spiders? One of my all-time favorites with William Shatner.
No.
I'm gonna tell you. You gotta hunt that movie down and check it out. It's actually a really good movie. One of my favorites.
Does it have some really good Shatner overacting?
No, actually, it's one of his better movies.
He did a lot of overacting in Star Trek, but that was like the James T. Kirk character. But I think my favorite thing with Shatner was Twilight Zone.
The original or the okay.
With the troll gremlin thing on the plane.
Yep.
Flight at 2,000 miles, I think it was called.
Now, John Lithgow did a good in the remake of that.
Yeah.
But I like John Lithgow.
But Lithgow has my heart in Harry and the Hendersons. Have you seen Harry and the Hendersons?
That one?
You haven't seen Harry and the Hendersons?
No. No. I have really bad ADD. So it's very hard for me to sit still for 2 hours to watch a movie.
Whenever we would actually go to a movie theater, she's fallen asleep in every single one.
That's Trish.
Multiple
That's why
times.
we have to watch them at home.
And I tell you, it's the one thing about her that pisses me off the most. We just spent $80 on popcorn in a movie. Fucking watch it.
I'm like, I enjoyed the popcorn.
Right?
And then when the popcorn's gone,
I've moved away from her because of the snoring.
we
Yeah.
tell Trish, like, if we're watching it in the house, just to go to bed because we want to watch the movie and her snoring ruins it. I'm not gonna snore. 5 minutes later, she's snoring.
Yeah, it's kind of bad when
It
you wake yourself
happens.
up snoring.
She's done it at the movie theaters too.
We were at our friend's house. I was pregnant with Kelsey, and we were watching movies. And next thing I know, Steve's waking me up going, yeah, you're snoring really loud.
And we're not ever
in
invited
somebody
back
else's
again.
house.
See, we should all get together. You and Sandra can see who snores the loudest. We will tape it. That way I have another video for TikTok.
Yeah.
I want to get her when they start doing them again to go see Rocky Horror at a midnight showing.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Okay. Well,
I've never seen it live.
Well, Silver Moon Drive-In is going to be doing it this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the one I liked.
I've never seen it in person either.
But with a shadow cast at a drive-in?
Huh?
With a shadow cast?
It may be the way that they've been doing stuff.
That'd be weird. At a drive-in.
Yeah, but you got to remember, back in the day, they did that kind of stuff. Drive-ins were cool. They're still cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not the drive-ins, but doing a shadow cast with a drive-in would be difficult.
I've never been to a drive-in.
Oh, I grew up near one.
Oh, you are so missing out.
You need to well, here, you can go to Silver Moon Drive-In because lately they've been playing a lot of movies from the 80s that you've missed.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which would be the entire decade.
So you can.
I grew up near Shimersville Drive-In in Pennsylvania.
Right down the road from your
Right
house.
down. It was right down the road from my house. Everything is.
Everything in Pennsylvania.
But it was fantastic because they had a cornfield backing up to the screen, and we went to see Children of the Corn when they had it there.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
scared a few adults, and then later on they started to show porn movies, which at a drive-in is kind of
Porn or corn?
porn, hardcore full porn. My friend
With
lived,
corn.
My friend lived with corn maybe. I didn't really see those. That's where my love came from.
If it didn't have barnyard animals, he wasn't interested.
But we used to climb up to my friend's roof and watch the porn movies because his house was right across the street.
I feel like the corn could have an "It's a Dick Steve" joke.
Anything that could look like a dick should just be, it's a dick, Steve.
just have these stickers that you randomly walk by stuff and just put on hashtag it's a dick Steve.
I need it on magnets. That way you could go like cars in parking lot, just put them on, see how long it takes people to realize they have that magnet on their car. It's a dick Steve.
There's a newscast that goes, they're showing up everywhere.
Like that documentary where that kid was spray painting dicks all over the place.
Oh, that was that show we watched on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
That mockumentary.
Yes.
She doesn't know. She didn't watch.
I forget what it's called though.
I can't remember what it's called either.
It was a mockumentary about this kid that was just tagging everything with dicks. And they did another one too. They did like a sequel or something.
Yeah, they did a second one, and that one sucked. So
I do watch a lot of documentaries though.
While Sandra's sitting there watching true crime.
I watch that too.
No, Sandra's usually I'm usually at work. And then I like quiet when I come home. Like sometimes I just have to sit in quiet.
So what, you kick Mike out of the house?
No, I don't know.
I'm very quiet.
He is.
Remember, he doesn't talk.
He's done nothing but talk tonight.
It's very rare.
Well,
you talk
good.
to me a lot though. Yeah.
You bring out the best in him.
Yeah, other people he doesn't talk to so much.
Unless they're female.
I have a very sensitive bullshit meter. I can look at you and tell if you're full of shit or not, and I won't deal with you. I've told people at shows to get the fuck away from me.
I would like to see that.
That's why I usually talk to the
Yeah,
people.
that's why she talks to people. Because I would walk away, or I'll say something.
Now, see, she says that she usually talks to, but every time I've come up, besides getting his picture taken, he's always the one out there talking to the people.
Because he has a much broader content knowledge of all these geeky things. I've really only gotten into it since dating him. So he has 40 some odd years of knowledge. I have 5.
I can relate to that.
But it also depends.
When they start talking comics and whatnot, I kind of zone out.
I mean, if these people come up to the table and start talking about something or pointing out something in one of the pieces that we have, then I'll talk about it. Otherwise, I can live without it.
Oh, look at now she's tired. She's a teacher, so it's past her bedtime.
Yeah, it is a little bit, but it's okay.
Now, one last movie to see what you thought of. I liked the movie, but Godzilla vs. Kong.
I enjoyed it.
See, I'm kind of biased because I like the original Kong vs. Godzilla.
I like them all. Like the original Toho Studio ones, they're fantastic just because of how campy they are. Dude in a suit, jumping on models. That's just fun. I mean, back then in the 50s, it was fantastic. Now with all the special effects, I even liked the Matt Broderick Godzilla from the 90s.
That's one of Trish's favorites.
I like Matthew Broderick. I guess that's why. Even though I hate how they made Godzilla look and all that.
The big iguana.
There's so many holes in it. But like when they did the new Kongs, I love those. I love all the new Godzilla ones, just because they made Kong look like Kong. It's kind of like you think of like Transformers, right? I grew up on Transformers. You grew up on Transformers. We have a certain idea of what they should look like. So like when they came out with the new Transformers, where they look like spindly little shit bricks, who the fuck cares? They look like crap. No dice. Netflix, they just did the Cybertron series, and they look fucking fantastic. They look just like the old ones, but better because of all the technology. Kind of has that current anime type feel to it. Because, you know, when we were kids, we didn't even realize Transformers was anime.
Yeah.
I mean, but I grew up watching like Star Blazers and Gotcha Man and shit like that too. Which,
Hey.
if you've never seen like the live action Star Blazers, that's fucking awesome.
I'm waiting for GoBots to make a comeback, okay? I was a GoBots fan.
Keep on dreaming.
Hey, man, I came from a not so wealthy family, so all my friends got all these Transformers. I got GoBots.
What did you want me to get?
The green thing.
Could you be more specific?
Second shelf green thing on top of the Disney box. I'll point to it.
Okay.
I enjoyed GoBots too, but I mean, as far as being able to transform them, simple. I tried to put together Transformers. You should know this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the green one, the rare one.
That's cool.
I got a few. They're very hard to find. To put them on.
If I pick up some GoBots, I usually get them from Vintage Toy King up in Ocala.
He came from Davies,
Davies
right?
Toys, yeah.
Davey's got good stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, I just transformed this guy in 2 seconds.
We just got from
For the
Davies.
slow kids.
I rebought one of my childhood Barbie toys. I was so excited. From Davies.
Which one?
It was the Barbie Workout Center. So cool.
It was missing everything, but
Nah, it was a great box.
oh yeah, the box was fantastic for how old they are. I mean, I collect a lot of my childhood now, so I got a pretty sizable G1 collection too, including a perfect in the box Devastator.
Oh, damn. See, my claim to fame to Transformers, and I can't remember what his name was. He was one of the ones that did the 3 Transformers. He was a train, space shuttle, and the robot.
Astro Train.
Yep. That was the one that I spent my birthday money on when I was a kid and got. And
yeah, the triple changers were fun. I also liked Reflector just because it was 3 in 1. He was the camera. It looked like a Nikon.
I always wanted Soundwave. Wasn't it Soundwave? The cassette recorder.
I have 2 of them.
With the cassettes?
Yes. Not all of them. There's a lot of them, but yeah.
Well, there was the 2 main, the dog and the bird, right?
You mean the Panther?
Panther. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Panther and the Condor, yeah.
Those were the 2 original.
Want to give me that one?
I have no clue what you're talking
Little
about.
cassette tape right next to the Starscream.
That would be assuming that I know what Starscream is.
You know what? I look for Starscream everywhere I go. And thankfully, the guys at Acme, one of them was a complete idiot and sold me a G1 for $20.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Because they mispriced it. Like, well, tough fucking shit, dude. Yeah. This is the Panther. And then got the Condor.
Okay.
And the purple one, which is another bird. I can't think of his name or what he is. But these are cool because he's metal. The Panther one's metal. But he always came with the Condor. Although I hated the Michael Bay treatment of them.
Yeah, well,
That's a bitch.
Michael Bay kind of killed everything.
Yeah. But that's why I love Bumblebee though. Bumblebee was fantastic. Just because they all looked like they were supposed to look. And then with Bumblebee, they actually explained how they could turn into different vehicles. Where Michael Bay forgot that little nugget of information. Boom. Easy peasy. Of course, I can't transform new Transformers at all. I need like a YouTube video, instruction manual, and then like a kid's help. But I got Bruticus, the new version of Bruticus. I can't I can't change it back into a car. It makes me feel so inept.
I'm always afraid that I'm going to end up breaking them.
Yeah, because they're plastic.
It's supposed to turn this way. Damn it!
I mean, all the new ones are plastic. They're just garbage. I mean, one of my best ones, one of my favorite ones I have is Megatron, because he's not exactly easy to find. And I have his full setup where he's got like the gun. Yeah, he's right in the middle there.
I'm not grabbing.
I don't want you to grab him. I'll never get him back in.
Well, I was going to ask. You have the original Megatron where he was the gun, not a jet.
Yes, or a tank. Yeah, it's the original gun, without the orange tip that they did later on.
Yeah, so everybody knew he was not a real gun.
Well, there was a reason, because the kids got shot. Because they'd walk out with Megatron, and there was nothing that made him not look like a gun, because he was metal, which strike one against you, and then it looked like a 9mm strike two. I mean, they're what the hell did I read the other day? Some guy almost got like arrested at the airport because he's a cosplayer and he got like a Jawa ion blaster in his luggage, and they thought it was weird.
Well, that would just be stupid to even try to carry that on to a plane, even if it's a fake one.
It was in luggage not to carry on.
Oh, it was actually in the luggage one.
Yeah. So like when it went through to be whatever,
like scanned.
Scanned. They saw it sitting in there.
Oh, look at that! Daryl came on, and oh sweet Lord, what have I tuned into tonight? And I see Boris is talking about bat dicks and balls, and then he says, "Oh hi everyone," and Daryl. You're late because we're trending. It's a dick, Steve.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. Pound sign. It's a dick, Steve. I'm old school. It's a pound sign.
You're such an old man.
I say that all the time about the pound sign and that Steve's old.
Hey, I look at it this way, and I said this last weekend to a couple people. I am so old, I'm becoming retro and cool again.
That's what he keeps telling himself.
We just lied to ourselves.
Hey, no, look at I'm so cool, I got a new hashtag. Look at that, see? I've been a meme, now I'm going to be a hashtag. There we go.
Need tiny fingers for some of these things.
And tiny fingers for tiny things? Oh.
Yes.
No. And Daryl says, no, you are not.
Thanks, Daryl. Keep him in his little...
Well, Daryl can't say anything because, we don't see him anymore.
I know.
He stays up north. He doesn't come down here with the cool people. Oh, I'm sorry. Hashtag no, y'all are not. Okay. Look at Sandra. She's looking at that. She's like, I don't know what he just wrote. She's going to spell check him. Spell check him, Sandra.
I thought I said no Yara root. What the fuck is that?
That's because Daryl's from the Panhandle.
Oh, that's why.
Isn't that like the underside of the dick of Florida?
And Daryl says, you don't go to the cool shows? Yeah, I do. They're all the ones that you're not at.
Be nice to Daryl.
I am very nice to Daryl. I'm as nice to Daryl as he is to me.
Good point.
You do a whole show on collecting things.
Oh, you mean like the name of their show?
Yeah,
like the Collector Deviants. Oh, okay.
That's the name of the show.
Wow, what a concept, guys! Do a show about collecting things.
I just got it O.C.D.
We're not having a therapy session.
I barely know where I am. So
That's why you keep Sandra around.
exactly.
Let's see. Do a show about collecting things. Okay. There's some things. That's all booster gold. Oh.
Cool.
Want a Chris Benoit autograph? I'll sell that. That's got bad karma.
And then here's a Blue Beetle set. Whoa.
Oh, cool.
Oh. Can we rip those up?
No.
Nope.
Well, you can if you buy them off of me. You can do whatever you want with them once they're bought off of me. But I gotta read them before I even think about selling them, and if I want to sell them.
The ones we buy tend to have covers falling off of them.
Yeah.
I'm
They
sure
gotta
we've
be
got
bad.
some somewhere, but there's like comics all over our house,
Yeah.
everywhere.
As Daryl says, doing a show this weekend with over 1,000 pops and over 100 mystery boxes. And guess what, Daryl? I could go to FunCon and see over 1,000 pops.
Why would you want to see 1,000 pops? They're so fucking overrated. Sorry.
Not all of them.
I like some
And
of
I'll
them.
say this.
Some of them I like.
I like some of them too, but I will say this: pop vendors and collectors have been some of the biggest dicks I've ever met. There's some.
Not all of them, though.
I didn't say all of them. I said some.
We met some really nice ones.
One or two.
Daryl.
I know, Daryl says, but not me. He's not going to be at FunCon.
Oh, I thought he was saying he wasn't a dick pop vendor.
No, he is. He's a very big dick pop vendor. And then he's saying, okay. So, but see, I get pops here and there now. I was a pop collector when before it became a thing.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people want a lot of my pops that I do have, because I have the original stuff from back in the day that's actually worth money now, not where they sneeze and 10,000 pops are now made.
Yeah. That's the problem with them now. They kind of turn into Beanie Babies.
They're overrun.
Oversaturated.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing with the flippers, there's no fun in the hunt anymore. That was what it was for like me and my son. It was the fun of the hunt to try to hunt down certain things. And now if you're not already in line at 2:00 in the morning, the day before the truck comes out, you're screwed.
Those are like Beanie Babies. They're the same way. The hunt was great. You'd call up every morning at the shop at a Hallmark store, hoping you get one. I used to collect Beanie Babies. Oh, that was a sad day.
Me and my daughter still collect them because you can get them for $1. So it's
Yeah.
just for the fun of it.
You'll still see people trying to sell them for hundreds and think you're on crack, dude.
And Daryl says, no, he's a dick. See? Okay. Daryl's a dick too. I can't wait for the new Soprano ones to come out. And actually, the newest ones are going up in price fast. Yes, Daryl, the newest ones go up in price so fast, and within a month, they're back down because they're oversaturated and people can get them. The prices don't stay up with those. That's the whole thing with the pops. Everybody, when they first come out, everybody's like, they go and they buy them all up. Oh, hand me that one right over there. This one right here, Amazon exclusive. You can go to Amazon and get it, but people are still paying $50 at the shows for it. And you can go to Amazon and get it for like $12, like I did.
That's
I got him because he goes with my glow in the dark collection, and I love my glow in the dark ones. Plus, he's from My Hero Academia, and I like My Hero. But that's the thing. All these pops start going, oh, they're just so rare because only a couple people have them. And then when it's open to the mass market, everybody gets it. The prices drop quick. If you don't sell within the first 2 weeks,
Yeah.
the price drops on them unless
Right.
it's anime. Anime ones kind of go up in price, but the rest of them they don't.
And there's just too many of them.
Yeah.
Like to even try to collect all of them.
Yeah.
You have to choose a genre. And even then it's hard to do.
Like, who really wants to own the set of Golden Girls?
She has a set.
See,
I have
Sandra.
And Firefly.
Sandra, that's it. I'm done talking to you.
And A-Team.
Oh, you want to have a Golden Girls trivia right now? Because we could throw down. Golden
I would
Girls
lose.
match.
Well, apparently Trish is not a friend.
Actually, she can't say anything because she watches them on the weekend when I turn it on.
Well, don't get me wrong. It's on TV, and I like them, but yeah.
Trish actually started like paying it attention. She's like, there were so many innuendos on that show way back then.
They were dirty women. And not just Blanche.
Oh no, I know.
Sophia, mostly.
And Daryl says, I'm talking about the ones like Grey's Anatomy and the new common Disney princesses ones. They're all over $20 now.
What's Grey's Antimony?
Anatomy.
Anatomy.
If you say so.
The grammar police.
Well,
The
we'll
spell
see.
check.
Daryl is probably texting or writing to us while he's laying in bed.
Naked.
Well, we don't know about that tonight. And with the mass market not stocking them now is helping run the price up. And no golden trivia. Where is Boris? Boris was here. You were not, Daryl. You decided to come at the end of the show. You don't show me any.
I told you, he's always naked in bed.
Well, that's the only way he watches me naked. I mean, that's
That's a little
Wrong.
creepy.
He watches you naked.
yes.
The only way he watches me is Nick. It's a dick, Steve.
It's a dick, Steve.
Well, I don't know. Have you seen Daryl? Are you sure?
No, I don't think so.
Ooh.
She's not sure.
I don't think I've seen him.
I'm pretty sure I haven't.
You'd remember that.
Naked or clothed.
Or dry humping a merkin. We don't
Or
know.
boat.
Now, I do not watch Steve naked. Well, you just said you
You
did.
said you did. Are you hacking into the nanny cam or?
Well, I do got the camera right up there, and when the kids ain't around, this is why I'm not standing up during the show. I'm comfy.
When I get comfortable, it's just assless chaps. So and that's usually by Sandra's request.
And Daryl says, y'all seen me. I'm normally signing autographs. Yeah, he's the one forging all the autographs.
Those aren't autographs, man. Those are bills. I don't know anybody, so I can't pick anybody out of the crowd.
You know Boris.
Yeah.
I've seen him once.
No, we've seen him a couple times.
Well, there you go. I just proved my own point.
Yeah.
I can pick out Trish and Steve. I can pick out.
Well, there's Boris. You were asking for Boris, Daryl. There you go. Don wants to know if you're coming to Tallahassee this weekend, and we have a fun new restaurant and Sugar Rush. We have found a new. See, I don't feel bad because he cannot type tonight to save his life.
So,
Actually, no, Daryl, we're not going up to Tallahassee. Now, these two guys are.
Come and
Sandra,
introduce yourself.
Or don't.
Or you could talk to me, Daryl. It's okay.
Sandra and Mike are going to be up there. We're doing Lake Collecticon. Because we have loyalty to Greg. Plus, we get our second shot on Saturday, so we're not even going to know how we're going to be feeling on Sunday.
If it's like me, you're going to feel like crap.
And if it's like me, you'll feel absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I'm having a feeling I'm going to be more on Mike's side of it, but I think Trish is going to be more on Sandra's side.
And it was like a weird feeling. Like everything, like I didn't feel sick, just like incredibly tired. Like tired
so
that
it's
I've
going to
never.
be normal for you.
Exactly.
It was
I'll
like-
just sleep in the car.
It was just, it's like a tired that you don't even understand.
Oh, lost me.
Like physics.
And Daryl says, sad, I'm missing Lake. Yeah, this is going to be one of the first ones you've missed in a long time. And prayers for you guys. Thank you, Daryl. But at least we'll be vaccinated and we can go back on cruise ships. Because I have old kids and I want to go on a cruise ship without them.
Yeah, I just want to go on a ship and get the original plague. Not any
Legionnaires.
of these new strains.
Yeah.
The norovirus.
See, I think most of all of us in the con scene, COVID really doesn't affect a lot of us because we're so used to con crud every year. We've built up that immunity.
I would agree with you, but I will tell you this. With wearing the masks or the face shields all year, I get sick multiple times during the school year, like a cold or something like that. I didn't get sick until the last week of school, and it was because I wasn't wearing my mask as much because I'm fully vaccinated, and I was cleaning my room and didn't want to have to deal with it because it gets hot. But I also got shingles the last 2 weeks of school, so that was fun too.
Ooh, you had fun.
Yeah, I saw the post about that, and I was like, oh, I feel sorry for her.
It's the second time I've gotten it, and I can't get the shingle shot because I'm not old enough.
How old do you have to be to get one of those?
50.
Trish, you can have one.
Shut up! Start throwing sausage at you.
I'm surprised it's not in the AARP pamphlet that they send you all the time.
Oh my God.
I get those too. So I like bland food. I like the recipes.
And Daryl says Greg is a neat guy. He is an awesome guy. And they are booking a cruise also. That is cool.
Daryl, don't you want to be stuck on a boat with Steve?
Daryl would jump overboard.
And swim back to Florida?
I got Daryl on here since I'm not going to see him this weekend. I'm going to congratulate him on his kids. They got like special awards from each one for their baseball team.
Ooh.
And they're in two different baseball teams, and they both got the same award on each one of the team. So,
Hey, he's got consistency even in his kids.
exactly. Now, if he could only get an award, he has to live through his kids vicariously.
Ooh.
My kids are going. I will pay them to annoy him. You know what? What happened the last time I was around Chip for a weekend? I got him borrowing your phone to play Pokemon Go. So who's going to get the kids to annoy who? And they both got the Sportsman Award. So that's good. Okay, we're going on 10:30, guys.
Sports.
And we're talking about sports, and Mike only knows the ones that you play on PlayStation.
I wrestled in high school and played football.
That's oh, and Don said thanks, and Daryl says, oh hell, I forgot. Yeah, because he doesn't want me around his kids.
Yeah, you're a bad influence.
I'm a very bad influence. But see, when you used to play football in high school, that's when football was still good and not the pansy shit that they play these days.
As he steps back up on his soapbox.
No, Mike can understand. I mean, you actually had to get into the end zone to have a touchdown, not like a hair of the thread of the ball makes it in the plane to get a touchdown.
No one liked to see me. I was over 500 pounds when I was in high school.
So, lineman?
Yes. But I was also quick for my size, so that was fun.
That's why your knees are shot.
Yeah, part of the reasons.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, my knees are shot from football back in the day and military and everything. So, and Daryl says, Trish, you come up and we get ice cream. She can't, not unless they have sugar free. So, haha.
Yeah.
We're on the whole keto thing now.
Because if not, my doctor's going to give me a shot, and I'm not good for that.
Steve, you are grumpy. You need more fiber in your diet.
He does.
No, I'm happy. I've lost, 10 pounds? My doctor couldn't even say good job. Trish loses 2 pounds, and we both have the same doctor, and the doctor praises hers. I lose 10 pounds, and the doctor ignores it. I had to bring it up to her. Like, you stupid bitch.
It's harder for old ladies
It's
to lose weight.
easier for men. Jeez.
Did you just say old lady?
No,
Yes, you did.
can't prove it. She didn't hear it. I didn't say it.
She did. He did.
I kind of have a videotape of it.
Oh, that's true.
Have you heard the term deep fake?
That was our president last year.
Oh,
sorry.
You went there.
I went there. On that note, okay, guys. Once again,
Hashtag Dick Steve.
yeah, hashtag it's a dick, Steve. Once again, let everybody know. Daryl says, Trish, please throw a sausage at his head. And say hashtag it's a dick, Steve, as you're doing it. Okay, once again, tell everybody where they can see you for the next 3 weeks.
Well, this weekend
At
we
the
will
Diamond Girls Lounge.
stop it. This weekend we will be at Infinity Con in Tallahassee. The following weekend we will be at River City Wrestling Con in Jacksonville, and then at the end of June we're going to be at this Space Coast Book Fair Festival. I don't remember the exact name, but it's the last weekend in June.
Hey, do us a favor. Send us the link on that so we can add it to our list of events for this month.
No problem.
Because I do not, and I'm usually pretty good on catching a lot of everything, but somehow I missed that.
Well, it's not like a Comic-Con, so.
Well, no, because if you look at our list, we do the craft fairs. We do, hell, we got like on the 19th, a live painting and art show opening. We try to put out everything because you guys know, just like we do, that there's a very thin line between craft shows and conventions.
Yes.
So we know a lot of people in the convention scene that got their start in the craft shows. So we like to try to make sure we push those up also too.
Same
Yeah.
with book writers.
Yeah.
And let's see. Daryl says Infinity Con, Savannah Con, and somewhere else. Oh, Acme, and peace out. Okay, Daryl, you have a good night. I hope you have a great weekend. Make sure you stop by It's All Geek to Me while you're up there in Tallahassee, Daryl. Introduce yourself and just say, this is me with clothes on. Now picture it naked.
I've already forgotten, so.
And for us, for the next next week we will be on the show next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, with Paige Alfred talking about one of his new books that he has out. He is part of the Second Sight crew, and a great independent comic creator and artist and all that fun stuff. If you're ever at a convention, he will grab you and keep you there until you buy his book because he makes it so interesting. Now, before that, this weekend, we will be at the Leesburg Square Mall at Lake Collecticon. I think this is almost the 12th year or something like that, right?
I think so.
And we might actually stop by the Vante for FunCon on Saturday because we like supporting those guys. And let's see, boom. I think that's what we'll be until next Thursday. Next Thursday, we'll tell you where we're going to be the next weekend, which is going to be Central Florida Comic Con. I already know that one.
Yep.
So other than that, do you guys have any last things you'd like to say before I run the end credits?
No, just that we hope to see more people out at cons. Wash your hands.
Bring your wallets.
Yeah.
Especially you damn anime kids. Buy something.
Oh yeah, that's really gonna.
Jesus Christ.
That's really. Come see me, okay? I'm the nice one.
Why are you gonna give them free shit?
We got a My Little Pony they can have for $10.
Oh, I usually, I make a good deal.
Yeah.
Well, all the anime people are gonna say, "Hey, look, I have no place to put my wallet in this
Furry suit.
My outfit. Can you hold on to it and I'll come back in, once I go to my car," and then they don't ever come back.
Yeah,
That's a lot of people though.
that's a lot of people.
Okay. On that note, you need to say anything, Trish?
I don't think so.
Okay. So until this weekend, if you guys come out and see us, but until next week, guys, take it easy. And you look, we go to the end credits and Mike disappears.